My bad, chat. My bad. We're only a minute late though, so this is a PC record. See, every time, you guys don't know this, but every time before the show start, Elder and I just go on these 5-10 minute long conversations. In, like I said,
Get caught
last
up.
show 2 shows ago, we could go for an hour. So you're lucky that we're only a minute late. Elder, how we doing?
Others blessed, man. I'm doing well. How you doing, JD?
I'm doing great, man. Had a nice weekend. About to start the week off strong with Ask Elder. If you are new to the show and you are tapped in live, this show is just Ask Elder, man. You just get to ask Elder. We read from the chat. If you guys have any questions that you want to ask, NBA related, Elder's a Lakers guy. But any basketball related questions, really, he's locked in. So any basketball questions you have, NBA. Do you watch college, Elder?
No, I do not.
So probably NBA is best if we keep it NBA basketball related. If you are a All-Star Players Choice member, make sure you're in the Discord and you have your YouTube linked to your Discord so that you can get the link in the private text channel before that goes out to everyone. We'll eventually pull people up from the chat so that you guys can come up here, ask questions live. Or if you wanted to debate, if you you watched the show last week and you had some gripes that you wanted to pick with Elder, bring that up here. Elder's not ducking smoke, but we keep it respectful up here. He lets you talk, you let him talk. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to kick you. Make sure you have your camera on when you join, unless we already know you, like you're a ticket or you're a Showtime. You're someone that's in the PC fam. Then, obviously you're good. But if we don't know you don't have your camera on, I'm probably not going to pull you up. I might just kick you from the studio so that people can come in. Anyway, with all that being said, sorry, I had to get the boring stuff out of the way.
All right.
Elder and I were talking about the Lakers Portland Trailblazers game last night.
Ooh.
What a game. Who in the chat was tapped in? You thought
yeah, when nothing else going on, all your football games was over, so they should have been tapped in, man. What a game. If you wasn't tapped in, you missed it. I can tell you right now, you flat out missed one of the best games of the year. And I'm just talking, even though I'm a Laker fan, I'm talking about from an excitement standpoint. I mean, to see a team go up 14, then go down 25, and then win the game by almost double figures, that's crazy, man. That is crazy.
That's crazy.
High-level offense being played, getting critical stops. It was good. It was a good game. It was a real good game. I'm looking Tuesday now. We play the Clippers Tuesday. I'm looking forward to that.
It's elite. So you're not the type of fan that will watch a game and if you're just starting to get smoked, you just tap out. You're like, I'm done with this. You actually stay locked in?
It actually depends on the body language of the players. Now, last year, I'd have easily tapped out. Easily. They down 25 at halftime. I ain't watching the second half. Because last year's team was totally different than this year's team. Darvin Ham has shown me, and this is why I have a lot of respect for Darvin Ham. I advocated for him to get the job. I knew he was the guy for it. I've been knowing Darvin Ham for years, and I'm glad he got the job. But the one thing Darvin Ham said at the beginning of the year in the press conference was, this team will compete. I guarantee it. So every game I've seen this year, even though Lakers are under 500, who's blown them out? They've competed. You know what I mean? So I see a difference in this team. So even though they was down 25, because I played the game and understand, I kind of knew why. You know, when old boy did what he did with Dame ain't the type of guy you really want to get mad because they're going to go berserk. You know what I mean? And then the Lakers always have an issue playing in Portland anyway. That's not one of their best places to go play. So when that, in that instant, as soon as he started chirping with Bev started chirping with Dame, they went on a run. And I mean, they smoked the Lakers for that quarter, bro. It was crazy. It was embarrassing. But I also knew Portland's the type of team that's going to keep shooting threes. They're undisciplined. You see what I'm saying? This is why I don't like score first point guards. They're always in that mode. They don't have that switch to turn it off, take it off, what to do, how to slow the game down, get to the free. They don't have that. They're just going to run, shoot threes, all that. Portland end up shooting themselves out the game, essentially, is what they end up doing. Because they had 24 threes at halftime. There was 12 or 24, 50%. And I think they shot 46 threes last night. You see what I'm saying? And to me, you got an advantage inside because Thomas Bryant is really not a big-time defender on the inside. And you got two big guys in there, E-Banks and the other dude that's with them. They just didn't utilize it properly. So I knew the Lakers would have a chance. And then when I saw the way the Lakers started the third, I was like, they're going to try to get back in this game. I didn't know they was going to get back in it as fast as they did. Because, again, you take 25 points down to 5 by the end of the third. I mean, in one quarter, oh, you smoke it. And I knew then the momentum rolling. And think about this, LeBron wasn't playing in the beginning of the fourth. So he was resting. So since he was resting, I was like, this game going to be good. Because at the end, LeBron will be rested, and they'll be able to close. And that's what they did. So, yeah, man. No, I don't give up on them unless I see bad body language. Bad body language, I'm like, now they quit. Hey, I'm done.
Yeah, this is over. Yeah, that's a good point. If it looks like they're still going to compete, I mean, I guess because that happened in the second quarter, so I guess realistically, yes, there's plenty of game left to go.
Facts.
But see, someone like me, I might just be like, well.
Hey, if I'm down 25, I'd rather be in the first half than the second half.
That's facts.
I can't remember too many games I've ever played in when we've been down 25. I've had a few, but not many. And, you know, it's a rough place to be. But most teams will relax a little bit. They'll start breathing and they'll start, you know, actually working on their game, doing crazy, dumb shots. Cool, get us back in it. You know what I mean? And then they'll try to gird up once you make a little run. Because let's keep it real. The game of basketball is a game of runs. You're going to have runs all the time. The key is, can you subdue the run? Can you keep the run to a minimum? And last night, Portland couldn't do it. They're an undisciplined team like that. So that's why they lost, man. 2 good wins for the Lakers in a row, though. I mean, they beat Memphis. Same stuff. A lot of John, you know, I think you saw that, the Shannon Sharp, all that crazy stuff that was going on. Look what happened, though. Lakers stayed focused, got it done in the end. Same thing here. A lot of John. Lakers stayed focused, got it done. Clippers will be the best test, though, because the Clippers been kicking the Lakers' ass for years now in the regular season. And so it's going to be nice to see the Lakers go up against them on Tuesday.
You mentioned the Shannon, the incident with Shannon Sharp. We talked about it on Players' Choice yesterday. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it.
Well, I'm kind of – my thing is this. I would like for guys to have that kind of energy towards everybody that disrespects them. You know what I mean? I'm a big dude on respect. I come on, we can talk, we can go back and forth, we can debate, we can do whatever. Just don't get disrespectful. You know what I mean? I'm from the old school. I still like literally pull up. You know what I'm saying? I'm
right.
that guy. I'm just being honest.
Right.
And my thing is, if you really feel that way about me, say it to me face to face. And I kind of think that's what Shannon was doing, showing up at the game. I really kind of believe that. And when it started popping off, I'm okay with it like that because everybody know Memphis, bro. They talk too much. You a young team. You have not won anything yet. You don't have a right to just come and keep running your mouth like you're world champs and you done, you know, subdued all these greats. You haven't. So be quiet. So I get it. I just don't like the fact how Shannon will allow Skip Bayless and them guys to talk crazy to him, disrespect them, do all this dumb stuff, and he don't say nothing to them. So I got a little different take when it comes to it. Like have that energy all the way around. Don't just have that energy towards the brothers and basketball, and don't do that because we got enough of that, in my personal opinion. But if you're going to have the energy, have it for everyone. I would respect it more if I knew if Skip Bayless said that to you, you would have that same energy with him as you would with John Moran or T. Moran or whatever the dude name is, Dylan Brooks. Yeah, I don't know why people call him Dillian. His name is Dylan.
Dillian?
Yeah, a lot of folk call him Dillian Brooks. I don't know if they clowning him or joking him, but his name is Dylan Brooks. But, you know, again, you played the game. We played. It's going to be people trash talk. But
right.
You ain't beat nobody, and teams will whoop your tail in the playoffs and put you out year after year. You be quiet. Learn some humility first. Win and then start talking. So, yeah, but that was my take. And again, I saw Shannon's apology today. I don't know if you saw it. I saw Shannon.
I did. I actually watched that this morning before we jumped on.
It was good because, again, at the level that you at, there's so many people tied to it. And you have no idea how your behavior is affecting more than just you. You know, like me, I'm never looking to embarrass the Carswell name. I'm never looking to embarrass the Straightway Truth Ministries. I'm never looking to be an embarrassment for it. At the same time, though, I am a man, and I'm never looking to be disrespected. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? So folk come in like I'll see them in different things and stuff, and they'll say something disrespectful, and I'll warn them, and they'll keep talking. I just block them. See, other folk think they got freedom of speech. Means they think freedom of speech means you should be able to say to me anything you want, and I don't do nothing. No, you have you know, we're all on YouTube, right? We get on YouTube. You got to have a channel to get on here. Now, you may only have one sub yourself, but you can go over there and spew your garbage. You ain't got to say it on my channel. You see what I'm saying? So I'll go in and people get real mad. I'll delete people's comments, all that. Man, you deleted my comment. You're right. I don't want people on my channel seeing that dumb stuff you just said. You have a right to speak. Go do it on your channel, though. You ain't doing it on mine.
Yeah, Euro always says freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequence. So we have an update. Sorry, chat. I promise we'll get to these questions because they just started spamming this. But really quick before we move on from the Shannon Sharp thing, I'm with you on it. I respect the apology. I don't think he needed to apologize, but that's just me personally.
I think he did. It was necessary because you got to understand, it's so many people tied together business-wise. You notice?
I see that from that standpoint, right?
Yeah, his family understand who he is. And I like what he said because he said, look, I'm not going to say that it wasn't Shannon because it is. You just saw the bad side of me. It is
right.
him. It just, you saw the bad side. So right. I thought it was contrite. I thought it was well said, well spoken. And to me, Shannon, keep that same energy with everybody, though. I don't appreciate disrespect. If a man comes to me and says, look, Elder, you disrespect me, and he shows me, bro, I'm sorry. I apologize. I will do it right away. But I don't do the disrespect. We can talk, especially these sports. We're going to totally disagree on that. Like, you think Luke is the best thing since sliced bread. I don't. That don't mean that we can't get along and still talk sports. That don't mean that I got to degrade your mom and talk about your future girlfriends and the children you ain't had yet. You know what I mean? We ain't got to go there. Let's be respectful about it. Right. So that's how I roll with it.
So the chat has been lighting up the chat about this, and I just pulled it up on Twitter to confirm. Woj and Shams have both tweeted about this, so this is very legit. Sources: the Wizards are in advanced talks on a trade to send Rui Hachimura to the Lakers. It looks like in this trade, potentially Kendrick Nunn and second-round picks. You like that?
That's another thing we need. We need wing depth, and Rudy can really play three positions. He's really a 4, but he can play some 3 and small ball 5. I love it. That's exactly what the Lakers need. That's exactly what they need. And if we can do that by giving up a guard that we don't have to have and get a piece that we do need and not give up those first, bring it on, baby. Now we just got to find. Now, honestly, if I'm the Lakers, I do that. They should still have a roster space available. Once it get down to it, I'm bringing in a guy like Dwight Howard. He knows the Lakers organization, all that. We need a defensive-minded center. Because let's keep it real. Thomas Bryant does great. But, boy, all you got to do is jump in his chest, and he's going to go flying back into the stand. And he's not a great defender. I'm just keeping it real. He's not. He gives effort, but he's not a great defender. We need a defensive-minded center to back up AD. When AD come back, he's defensive-minded, but we need someone to back him up on the defensive end. That's what Damon Jones was supposed to be. Hadn't panned out this year. So if they can get any kind of defensive-minded center, I'm good. Because he don't got to play a lot. With AD, what are you playing? 15 minutes a game, maybe?
Right.
50. So we don't need him to play a ton. That's why I like Dwight, just because he's been in the Lakers system. He knows those guys. As long as LeBron and all the other guys get along with him, again, that could be, I forgot about him and AD with their little tussle last year. But, as long as the stars are cool with the dude, I bring in a guy like that. I would love to get a Tristan Thompson, a guy like that. I don't know what he's doing, where he's at. I think he just lost his mom or something like that, or somebody close to him, I know. But if he's trying to get back into basketball, like for the playoff run, I love a guy like that. Just somebody that's defensive-minded that can get in there and bang and take a little bit off AD. Rudy Hachimura, I'll take that. I like Kyle Kuzma, but Rudy's cheaper, and I think he's getting back a little healthy. Hey, what he put up? He had 2 30-point game the other day. I'll take that. So he's still a threat offensively too.
Unless anything's changed, I think he's in Chicago, Tristan Thompson, but uncertain if anything's changed in the last month.
He's not playing. I remember I saw it like a couple weeks ago. Somebody passed away, and I know he went to Canada, where he's from, and I know that the one Kardashian girl went as a support, but he hasn't played this year. He hasn't played. I know he was in Chicago last year, but his contract ended. I don't think he's under contract with anybody.
Got you.
Yeah, Rudy, and only giving up none in seconds, bro. That's a huge get. That's nice. A huge get for the Lakers. Yeah.
All right, chat. We're tapping in with you. I'm about to drop this link in the Discord so that people can start filing in, and then once we get through these chats, then I'll drop the link in the chat for you guys. Young Yeezus, who's the 5 greatest players you saw?
All right. my top 5. That's what you pretty much asking. Now, I'll give a little how I do my top 5. Is this going to piss off a lot of y'all, which I don't care. It's my top 5, all right? It's my opinion. So you disagree. But I put together a team, right? I put together a team. So at the point guard, I have Magic Johnson. Now, let me say this first and foremost. The 2 greatest players, in my personal opinion, that I've ever watched play with my eyes, right, is Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. So they're definitely going to be on my team. So I have Magic at the point. I have MJ and Kobe. They can split 2 and 3. They both can play either one of those positions to me. At 4, I have Tim Duncan. And at 5, I have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's my top 5. LeBron is 6 for all you LeBron lovers, okay?
Antoine Redding.
I almost bumped him last week, but he's still 6 right now. I almost bumped him to 7, but he's 6.
Antoine Redding asked, what's the biggest reason why Kobe isn't better than MJ?
He didn't win like MJ won. To me, when you see, there's Hall of Fame, then there's elite Hall of Famers. It's not the same level, in my personal opinion. And those guys are both in the elite category. So to me, what's going to differentiate you? Because I could go to a bunch of accolades, which are subjective because you got a bunch of people voting with their opinions, right? And we've seen plenty of times where guys get an MVP or get this award, and they really don't deserve it. But because the media's mad at this dude or whatever, they don't get it. So I don't go by that once you're at that elite status. You got to win. One thing I respected about the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird battle, they went against each other in college. They went against each other in pros. They had to beat each other. And that's why I rank Magic over Bird. Now, all-around player, I think Bird's better. But I rank Magic higher than him. Why? Because Magic beat him more. And he won on a higher level than Bird did. So that's why I rank him that high. So to me, winning matters. So what puts Jordan over Kobe? Jordan got there 6 times. Even though Kobe got there one more time, Jordan won 6 out of 6. Kobe didn't. So that's what clears him for me.
Underrated stance. How good was Mitch Richmond?
All-star level, Hall of Fame level. Lower level, not elite at all, but lower level Hall of Fame possibly. Is Mitch in the Hall of Fame?
I think he is.
I know for a lot of folk, they don't, especially some of the young guys, you don't even know. It's not an NBA Hall of Fame like they had the NFL and all that. No, it's a basketball Hall of Fame. So it encompasses all the basketball, international, Olympics, college, all of that, y'all. So it's a lot of guys you'll see if you go look up Basketball Hall of Fame that you'd be like, how he make it? But you got to put the whole totality of their careers together. So a lot of guys make it in because they were really, really good in college or did some outstanding things on the international front, stuff like that. So, but yeah. So Mitch Richmond, definitely perennial all-star, low-level Hall of Famer. I don't know if he made it or not, but if he has, that's why I said I think if he got in, I wouldn't be hurt. I wouldn't be mad.
He has, and in the early PC days, his name got brought up a lot when we were talking about Hall of Fame. So,
he deserved it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's a lot of guys. If you just go pull up the list, you'll probably be like, and even when you look at their stats, you'll probably be like, how did this person make it? Context matters, though. You have to know the era that they played in. You got to know the other things that they did. The Basketball Hall of Fame is literally that. It's about everything that encompasses basketball. It's not like a football where all they go by is your NFL career.
Right.
So it's totally different for basketball. You know?
All right, chat, I just dropped the link. So make sure if you want to tap in, you click that. Again, please have your cameras on if you want to join the show. We got Gabe tapping in. What's up, Gabe?
Salute, Gabe. What's up, my brother?
So y'all mentioned it earlier, the Lakers, they're already finalizing the trade to get Roy. And with the return of AD this week, I heard, and obviously when Austin Reeves comes back and Lonnie Walker comes back, and maybe with some other trades that they might do, Elder, fully healthy, what do you think the Lakers can turn their season around?
Yeah, I think the Lakers definitely can turn their season around. The Lakers have been trending up. They started off 2-10.
2-10, yes.
Right? That means they're 20-5 or 20-15 since then. 20-15 since then. So they've been trending up. And this is with all the hurt, all the being out. So they're still on that level. I like just some of the things I see with the Lakers. They need wing help. Wing help helps you rebound. Wing help gives you more length on the defensive end. I just know the Lakers need wing help if they're going to make a real true run. And a guy that like Rudy, who's been in the league for a while, dealt with some injuries and stuff. I think he's just now coming back from injury.
Yeah, he is.
So, but it sounds like he's looking good if he's putting up 30 the other day. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that's what the Lakers need. And for the Lakers front office to give them this type of help without having to give up those first round picks.
Yeah, I think they gave him, it was Kendrick Nunn and 3 second-round picks.
That's a lot, boy.
It is. I mean, that's the Jazz's fault, man.
Let's keep it real. Rudy was if I'm not mistaken, he was a lottery pick. Rudy was a lottery.
I think so.
Yeah, he was a lottery pick. So you got most lottery picks, no matter what they're doing, you're going to give up a first round pick to get them at least. Now, if they're playing well, you got to give up more. So we had those picks, so we still had from
pick 9.
Yeah, we still had the 3 picks from Russell Westbrook trade we had. Mm-hmm. So it's not like the Lakers don't have a bunch of second round picks. So I think that's a fair trade, especially if Rudy is in this groove. And I'm pretty sure this is a year that Rudy has to be re-signed. So here it is. You get a nice sample size of 30-something games to have him play with your team, see how he meshes. If you like what you see, he didn't really achieve a lot. So it's not like you worrying about giving him a max deal or $20 million. I mean, he ain't going to be able to command that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you traded for him having his bird rights, meaning go with cap for him. So it's a good situation to be in to have Rudy on that team. And if he comes in and does what he do, I just pray he can stay healthy, man.
It definitely helps because the other day against Memphis, I don't know how they won that game, but they got killed on the boards. They got destroyed.
Yeah, they got destroyed. And again,
they almost lost the game at the end because of that.
Yeah, Thomas Bryant's a decent rebounder. I like his rebounding, but he can't do it all by himself. And
no, obviously.
If you don't have wings, who else can go help? You get good rebounding out of Russ, but let's keep it real. If we want Russ to play the defense we need him to play on these guards, he can't be cheating and going trying to get rebounds. So Russ's rebounds are going to go down if he plays the defense we need him to play on the perimeter. So I'm using Russ because he was a very good rebounding guard. He got a lot of rebounds from a guard position that made up for some of the big men we didn't have and some of the wings we didn't have. Well, now we got Rudy there, so hopefully that helps out, and hopefully his defense will go to a level. Because that's one thing I liked about Rudy. I thought his defense was always pretty good. I thought Rudy was a good defender and a threat offense, So I'm happy about that. That's a done deal. I'm definitely happy about that.
Yeah. Definitely. And do you like the idea of them signing DeMarcus Cousins maybe? Because they had a training session with him like last week, Friday, I think.
No, sir. I am always on the bandwagon. Well, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite. I'm not a big fan of retreads. Guys that came in that weren't successful with the Lakers, I ain't a big fan of it. So when Dwight came the second time, I really wasn't a big fan of it because of what happened between him and Kobe.
Right.
He kind of went, resurrected that with me with him because he helped us win a chip. Mm-hmm. So he got changed in my mind. I'll tell you another guy. I would take back a guy like McGee. I'd take him. But most
on
guys,
JD's bozo team, the Mavericks.
But most guys that have come and couldn't get it done with the Lakers, I didn't see it very well. I don't even think DeMarcus got to play a game with the Lakers though. I think he was hurt while he was here. To me, I'm gonna tell you what the thing is with DeMarcus. Some people think I don't like him. It's not that. I believe what I see. He's been with all these teams. I know you can get stereotyped and this and that, but I see DeMarcus go to these teams. Like he went to the Bucks, he went to Denver, the Clippers, all these teams he went to recently. I'm talking about the last couple of years. And played well. When you look at his minutes and what he was producing, you were like, why are you not keeping him? But all these teams decided to let him go when he was there and producing for them. There's something there. I'm going to believe it. I don't have to, get it co-signed. I'm just looking. Why didn't the Bucks keep him? Why didn't Denver keep him? Why didn't the Clippers keep him? There's something there. I don't need to find out what that is. Because, again, with the way the chemistry is with the Lakers, this is a big thing. You can't bring in any type of dude that's going to have a potential to hurt the chemistry of what the Lakers got going right now. Because right now, because that could change. But right now, Lakers have very good chemistry. They have very good chemistry. So I'm not trying to hurt that at all. I'm not trying to hurt it at all.
Thank you, Gabe, for tapping in, brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
all
you,
right. We got a super chat from David Estillo.
I appreciate you, David.
Plumlee is 16-11 the last month. How come a slow, unathletic plumber like him can do well in supposedly the most athletic, skilled era of all time?
You know, I'm a little biased to the Plumleys because all three of them played for my AAU team. So I'm very biased to them. I would love for the Lakers to figure out a way to get him on the team. And again, when you have skill and when you have a high IQ, the Plumleys all have very high IQ. And they actually are all very skilled for 7-footers. You see what I'm saying? When you have that, you can play in any era. You can play in any era. That's how I can be 50 and go out here and still cook all these young dudes that want to run up and down and shoot threes and dunk and do all these fancy layups and stuff. That's how in games I can still beat them, bro. Because I'm just that much smarter and understand the game more than they do. It's so much more, like Giannis was saying. The game is so much more than just athleticism, than just skill. You got to have more than that, man. If you're going to be a perennial winner and you're going to be like just the greatest of the greatest, it has so much more to do than just your skill and your athleticism. It's just so much deeper than that. So,
Uber Eats, Player's Choice regular. What's up, Uber?
Eats.
What's going on, guys? You need my camera, JD?
No, you're good, brother.
You know, we've seen you before. If we ain't never seen you before, we're going to need to see you.
Yeah, I saw the smoke you had with somebody.
Sturdy. If we ain't never seen you before, we're going to need to see you.
Hey, Sturdy. Sorry, Uber, go ahead.
No, I saw the smoke you had for Sturdy. That's why I asked. So I feel like I had to be nice the first 2 times I came on, but I feel like now I got to come with the smoke. So I agree that winning matters, but here's my thing. I think we got to put it into perspective right now. Like, Kobe had to go against the likes of Ray Allen, Allen Iverson, T-Mac, Manu Ginobili. LeBron got to go against, Kawhi, T-Mac as well. Paul Pierce, Kevin Durant, Kawhi. We go through all these top 10 guys. Tim Duncan had great power forward competition. And I feel like when we get to MJ, it's kind of weak. Like the guys that he's guarding besides Clyde Drexler, Joe Dumars, and I guess Mitch Richmond, even though he was on a competitive team, I feel like the shooting guard position was really weak. And my main criticism, I guess the only criticism you can have against him was that the weak competition at his position, because whenever someone says MJ's competition, is always Hakeem, Ewing, David Robinson. Oh, my fault. I also forgot Reggie Miller before. But, David Robinson, Karl Malone, but these are all positions that he's not guarding. So how do you feel about that when we put things in perspective, like each top 10 player's direct competition, and how for MJ, like it was, I would say, easier compared to all the other top 10 guys?
Well, I would disagree because I watched MJ. I can tell by your voice. How old are you, Uber Eats?
I'm about to be 23. I've been watching ball since 2007.
I understand. So you didn't get to actually watch Jordan. Going back, watching a few games and some clips and stuff will not tell you that. And because you're young, you don't know the names of these individuals. You don't know the careers that these guys have. So y'all will hear these names, and y'all, because you're casuals in that sense, y'all will think these dudes were scrubs and not good players. And here's the thing. Y'all act like in these games today, like LeBron is always guarding KD or always guarding Kawhi or always guarding, you know what I mean? These matchups ain't that. They're not like Kobe would go out there and just take the toughest guy every night. And I have no issue with what the Bulls did because they constructed a true team. Everybody had a role. And if you got a real true team, just like the Golden State does with Steph, we've watched them hide Steph and protect Steph defensively all these years. I don't have an issue with that. If that's a weakness, you're a good team to address that weakness. And that's all that the Bulls did. Now, let's keep it real. Jordan wasn't no weakness defensively. Jordan was a beast. Probably one of, if not the best at his position defensively, top 2. So it's not like we're talking about a slouch that couldn't do it. But when I wanted Jordan to be optimum on offense, why would I not put guys like Ron Harper, guys like Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, all these defensive-minded guys around him so he don't have to do it as much. So then when I want to release him in the fourth quarter to close the games, he's got the energy. To me, that's smart basketball. I don't think that just because y'all don't know the 2 guards in the 90s that Jordan went against, that made them weaker. I know this. He went against a lot of stellar defensive 2 guards and team defenses, because let's keep it real. If you are a superior offensive player, name me one guy that can stop you. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Name me a guy that can stop a superior offensive player. That person don't exist. So if you're going to slow down or bottle up any great scorer, you need your team to do that. And they need to be on the rope defensively. So I just disagree with that take. I'm glad you brought, but I can't say you brought some smoke because that really wasn't no smoke, bro.
But I think Kawhi Leonard could stop.
You're still trying to
superior
get the
players,
started, bro. You still rubbing sticks together with that.
No, but you don't think Kawhi Leonard could stop superior offensive players? I mean, we've seen him do it before.
No, bro. No, I don't
believe so.
Hey, bro, go to the game, bro. Go to the first off, because Kawhi's injury history, he don't guard guys like that whole games. The Clippers do the same thing with Kawhi. They protect him, and then if he's fresh in the fourth, they'll use him to try to get 2 or 3 stops. He's good for that spot, lockdown, on-ball pressure. But that's what you do with everybody else.
But now it's different. I'm talking about his peak.
Hold on, bro. This is his peak. He's 29, 30.
I would say like Toronto and Spurs, he was stopping offensive talents all the time, like a Harden, or
when
for
he
example.
was with the Spurs, let's go back to when he was with the Spurs. He wasn't Kawhi Leonard then. Let's just keep it real. They didn't look for him to be one of their main scorers. His only job was to play defense, just like Bruce Bowen, just like I'm trying to think of all the other guys with the Spurs that they had like that, but I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. Them guys, teams back then always had a defensive stopper. And you would always put him on the best player. But guess what? His job was not to score. His job wasn't to score. And guess what? Guys like Kobe, guys like MJ, those were the guys that guarded them every single game. Those defensive stoppers that was good on-ball defenders, and they had help from their teammates. Go watch Kawhi now, brother. He's a great – nobody can deny that Kawhi Leonard is one of the greatest defenders of all time. You don't get Defensive Player of the Year award for nothing. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not slighting him as a defender. But Kawhi don't get the toughest matchups every game. Why? They need him fresh too. And especially with this recent injury history, you'd be stupid at the Clippers to put that man out there and then say, go be my number one offensive guy, and at the same time, shut down the best player on the other team. You guard Tatum all game and then score the most points. That's not wise. That's what you have Jackson for, and that's what you got John Wall, and that's what you got Paul George and all those guys for. You protect Kawhi. And then when he's fresh in the fourth, then you sit Kawhi on him. Because why? They ain't seen Kawhi all day. Now they're getting this big, aggressive, physical guy that can guard him for 2 or 3 plays. Here's the NBA anyway. What they going to do? If Kawhi is on me and I don't want him on me, what am I going to do? I'm going to pick and roll. They're going to switch. That's what every team does. He's not going to fight through that screen. So I don't even – it don't make sense. You don't even have to have it. You know, if I don't want a guy to guard me, I don't have to. I just go to pick and roll and get to the mismatch I want. If that's the guy who won't guard me, I point to my guy that guy's guarding and say, come up here and set a screen. And when he set a screen, now I got the mismatch I want. But you can go look. There's games, all these dudes, man. You look, there's somebody on the other team scoring 30, 40 points against them. It don't mean nothing, though. That's just basketball.
But my counter would be that Kawhi was the guy in 2015, 16, and 16 and 17. He was MVP caliber. He was scoring 25 points per game, I believe. Like, I'm not looking at it right now. Mm-hmm. But he was doing that, and at the same time, he was shutting down the best player on the other team. So
I don't agree with that. Sorry.
You don't think he shut down Harden, for example?
Bro, there are times where he will go and guard these dudes in segments. I can't. You know what? Maybe at Uber Eats, maybe I'll go do some research for you. I'll go back and relook. I don't remember times where Kawhi just took those guys for the entirety of the game. I don't remember. They may be there. I'll go back and look, though. But I know this, even if it is, that's bad basketball. Unless you're in the playoffs, when you get time to rest, you see what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about back-to-backs. Your travel is cut down. That's the only time I would do something even thinking like that. But I don't think that's smart basketball to have Kawhi guarding the toughest guy and having to score the most points. Having the biggest load offensively and the biggest load defensively. There ain't been many guys I've ever seen in the NBA do that. Kobe was definitely one of the first that I saw. Now, centers kind of, Kareem and all, when it was a ton of centers in the league, when the centers were really high, of course you saw that a lot because they were normally the best offensive guys and they had to protect the rim and they were going against great centers every night. But I'm talking about perimeter guys, wings, and guards. Kobe was the first one I really seen doing all of that all the time. That would literally take the best point guard if he had to, the 3-man if he had to, or the 2 guard if he had to. Kawhi good, though. He's definitely good.
Yeah, so I guess if you want evidence, I would tell you to see the 2017 matchup between the Rockets and the Spurs because he was
Playoffs
guarding
or regular season?
Harden. That was playoffs.
That makes sense. Like I said, the playoffs make sense because you have more rest. You have more. You're not playing back to backs. You're not traveling like you did. That's the time when you should amp it up, and it should do it. So, but that's one time out of how long's Kawhi been in the league? 12 years, 11 years, 10 years? I don't know.
10 years or 11, 10 or 11.
That's one series out of 10 years.
I would say though that he was still like I guess let's say if we're only looking at prime Kawhi Leonard, so after the 2014 finals, I wouldn't say 2014 even when he won Finals MVP was his prime.
I'm trying to understand what your smoke is. Are you trying to convince me that Kawhi Leonard is that dude defensively? What's your smoke? I'm trying
like before the clip. No, so my original smoke was about how like the top 10 players, I would say that all of them have stronger direct competition than Michael Jordan did at the 2 guard. And then I guess you wanted to start talking about Kawhi. And I just wanted to say like Kawhi from, I would say, 2014-15 season to, let's say, the Raptors.
Hold on a second. Because Kawhi is not top 10, right? Do you have Kawhi Leonard in your top 10?
No, but I'm saying the guys in the top 10 list.
Hold on. Let's stick to topic then because you're all over the place. I want to stick to the topic. You said that you think that the top 10 of all time, that Michael Jordan had lesser competition at his position than anybody else in the top 10. Is that not what you just said? Right? You there, Uber Eats?
Yeah, you can't hear me.
Oh, you got really low. Come on.
No, I'm not muted. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay.
Yeah, went out for a second. Okay, but you said that you believe that out of the top 10 all-time greats, Michael Jordan faced the least amount of competition at his direct position, which is 2 guard. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Tell me the point guards that Magic Johnson went up against then, because I'm sure you got Magic in your top 10, right?
Yeah, I do.
We need you to come up. We can't hear you for some reason. You very low.
I don't know because I'm not muted. You guys hear me now?
There you go. You keep doing what you're doing there. You must be moving or something. But now we can hear you. Name the point guards that Magic Johnson had to go up against.
You had Isaiah Thomas. I'm not going to say Terry Porter. That's a little nasty. But John Stockton. Who else?
You really reaching. You know that, right? Because Stockton wasn't 80s, really. Brother. Neither was Porter.
They was playing him against him on the playoffs.
Those were really 90s.
By the late 80s.
Hey, bro. Isaiah, okay. But those were really 90s guys you're naming. But you're already stretching. You ain't even got 3 guys out your mouth, and you already stretching. Already. You think Magic went up against Hall of Fame point guards? You think his competition at the point guard position was tougher than what Jordan had to go up against?
I could say they're both weak then.
I'll let you do your research, Uber Eats.
Yo,
I could say I'm coming off the dome, but all I'm thinking about right now is Mo Cheeks, John Stockton, and Isaiah Thomas.
John Stockton is a 90s guard, bro. He didn't really have to go up against Magic much. He did, but that was more towards the end of his career, bro.
Yeah, in the finals run, his last finals run to face Jordan. They didn't play against each other in the playoffs, not in the playoffs in the regular season.
But that was not one of his prime guys he had to go up against, bro. That's all I'm saying. Stockton was more of a 90s. He went up against Jordan more than anything. His 2 chips was against Jordan, right? He had a little stint with Magic. He put, Stockton put a 20. If I'm not mistaken, he put a 20 piece on Magic, a 20 piece on him. I get it.
What about Dennis Johnson?
Dennis Johnson was a great point guard. He was.
Because he's a Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer, right, JD? Or am I wrong?
That's a better comparison. Yeah.
Couldn't tell you, bro.
No, he is. He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. MVP, Finals MVP with
MVP.
Yeah. But again, you can go research it, but do the same with Jordan too, bro. Believe you me, Jordan had stiff competition just like all these dudes had. And again, a lot of times it wasn't the 2 guards that had to guard Jordan. Whoever your best defender was guard. So sometimes it was the 3-man that guarded Jordan. You know?
All right. We all have homework to do. Uber, I appreciate you tapping in, brother.
Salute,
I'll be back next week.
Yes, right, sir.
Bring some real smoke next time, man.
We got Desto joining us. Desto, what's up, brother?
Hey, salute, Desto.
Oh, you're muted. Your mic's muted on yeah, there we go.
All right, bet. Hey, yo, what up, JD? What up, Elder? Appreciate y'all letting me on.
Yes,
Mhm.
sir.
Hey, Elder, just like you, I'm a Laker fan, and I joined as soon as the y'all started the stream, and my question was gonna be like basically what just happened with us because I was on the stream last night with you with Ticket, and you
Mhm.
know Ticket he big on like nah, don't make no moves, we good, this and that, and I know you like well we still have ways to improve the roster by getting wings. I was gonna ask you the way we've been playing recently. I mean, we have so many like losses that should have been wins. Some of that due to the refs, some of that due just to coaching mistakes, player mistakes, different things like that. But do you still think we need to make moves? Lo and behold, we get exactly what we need: a 3-and-D, 6A wing. Who I mean, and none. He started to find his groove, but that's exactly what we needed in Rui. So I mean, I don't know. My question was kind of just answered recently, and I
Mhm.
know you just spoke on it too that we needed that wing. So I just want to see what like with Rui, what do you think this ceiling could be for us when we get back healthy with AD?
I get it. If the ceiling for the Lakers, if they can get the pieces that they need, I think the ceiling for the Lakers could be championship. Honestly, if they actually get the pieces that they need, I think they can win a championship. I haven't seen anything in the NBA this year that 100% just scares me and say, you know what, the Lakers healthy. And again, that's anybody though. Health is any team. If your top one or two players is out, I don't think any team in the league can win a championship. Let me be very clear about that.
Agreed.
So health is always number one in this NBA. See, back in our day, we didn't have to worry about that because everybody stayed healthy. And if they weren't healthy, guess what? They played any freaking ways. Guys didn't care. They played through it. But you have to be healthy. And if the Lakers are healthy, I don't see any team in the NBA that scares me and say, you know what, that's a bad matchup for a healthy Lakers team, especially if we got one or two more wings and we got a defensive big to help AD so he don't have to do all that banging. So he fresh in the fourth. And those are minor moves. Those you don't have to give up Russ or do anything crazy like that. Because honestly, if y'all listen to me, I've kind of moved away from trade the Russ thing. Because I get why they don't want to give up those picks. Cost too much to move Russ. And let's keep it real. Russ being productive. From the bench, he's almost averaging a triple-double. We got to deal with his crazy turnovers. That's coach. Just don't put him out there and don't put him in positions where he can do those things.
Like, and I'm glad he didn't close yesterday either. He didn't. And
he didn't have to. And
this
is I said after the Philly game, when he took that crazy shot, right? I said what the Lakers should have done is stuck the ball in LeBron James' hand. Right?
Call timeout.
Yeah, call timeout. Put the ball in LeBron James' hand. Let him do what he do. Shoot the ball with enough time for Russ to do what? Go offensive rebound, something he's very good at. The exact next game, what happened? We in the clutch. LeBron comes down with the ball. He shoots a three. Hits off the back of the rim. They fighting for it. Who comes in, scoops up the offensive rebound, and put it in.
You talking about against the Rockets?
Whoever. No, the Rockets didn't have to do that. I don't think it was.
Was it Memphis?
Memphis. Yeah, it was against Memphis. If you go watch it, it was.
He did.
Seconds ago, LeBron
shot the three. Russ got the rebound.
Russ come in from the backside, get the rebound, and score the bucket. I'm like, that's how you put Russ in a position to be successful. But if this team gets wings that can defend, if this team gets a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think the Lakers actually have to have more shooting. I don't, because I've seen the Lakers have this level of shooting, and then just get hot in the playoffs and win. So, and we got guys that can get hot from the three. Some of our better shooters will be coming back. So, I think if we just get the wing help we need, and maybe a big guy defensively to help, and then small minutes there, just to be able to help AD a little bit, that team, I think, if healthy, can win the championship. That's the ceiling. Now, the way it's currently constructed, I saw Western Conference Finals would be a max, and I didn't really see that. I mean, that would be a max for them to me. But now we're getting Rui. Hopefully he stays healthy. That's that. Give him time to acclimate. That's going to be a good pickup for the Lakers.
Yeah, I agree. I just saw the other day, and I texted one of my friends because Rui, he had 30 points off the bench. And I'm like, man, he should be in LA right now. That's exactly what I texted my friend. I said, he dropped 30 off the bench, a 6'8" wing. And then lo and behold, after we get this big win yesterday, now he a Laker. So I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I like to pick up. Hopefully he can get acclimated soon and we can get AD back and get this rolling, especially at the All-Star break.
That's just one other guy that can help to where LeBron, like yesterday, we didn't have him. And I noticed LeBron James early in the game had to guard Grant.
Grant,
right?
Yeah.
If y'all notice what Grant did, as soon as he got that ball, he went to the basket. He knows that's not LeBron James' specialty, especially all game. You know what I mean? If he got to guard him, like that's the dude I got to guard.
Especially if you don't have AD behind you.
Yeah, that's
LeBron
where
behind you.
LeBron out. And he was smart by going to the basket, to the basket. You need guys like Rui. Then you got Brown, and he's 6'6", 6'7", whatever he is. But have multiple guys that you can throw for 5 minutes here, 10. Now and then at the end, if he's fresh, let him do that. It's planning, man. Your team, it's a team thing. So you have to protect your weaknesses, man, and exploit your strengths. That's just how you be successful. So, yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
No problem, my brother.
Yeah.
Salute.
Thank you for tapping in, bro.
Late show, baby.
Do you know SL Perry on TV, Elder?
SL what?
Are you familiar with SL Perry on TV? Just because he's in the waiting room, he just doesn't have his cam on. I was just making sure. Oh, here we go. He just cut it on. He's good. He's good. But we got Mac Uno first. Mac, what's good, bro? Oh, you're muted right now. You're muted.
Turn your mic on.
There we go.
There you go.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, how y'all doing today?
Great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I listened to the show yesterday when I think Elder was on Kareem's show, and you were talking about the whole Kobe Bryant thing again. I know we're kind of like beating a dead horse, but I kind of want to talk about that with you though. Okay, so you said you can't get with LeBron because LeBron has lost too many times in the finals.
Correct.
So my thing is, it's almost kind of like you're holding that against him because he made it to 10 finals. So I'm trying to figure out why you had.
I'm not holding it against him because he made it to 10. I'm holding it against him because he lost 6.
Right, but see, that's the thing.
I don't give him credit for just making it to 10.
Right.
You hold it against him for getting to those and not winning it. I do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's say if he went 4-0 in the finals, or he went 4-1 or something like that, would that be better than him actually making it to 10 finals?
Yeah. If he went to 4 finals and won all of them, I would prefer that over a guy who went to 10. And I mean, it's the same scenario with Jerry West. Did not Jerry West make it to how many? 9? He only won 1 though. What's better? That's you, bro. That's your opinion. But I would respect that more. I would respect the guy that made it. See, I don't give participation awards.
Yeah.
You're in the elite. LeBron is in there. I'm putting him in that category. He's in the elite of the elite.
Right.
What separates them? If you play a game to win, what separates them? I can't see, to me, let me help you out real quick. I can't use accolades to separate them because they're so subjective.
Exactly.
I see voters vote for this when they shouldn't, and media do this. So I can't use that for the elite of the elites.
Exactly.
Hold on. What I want you to do is get on the court and play. Beat them. And LeBron has too many failures for me to say he's the greatest. Now, if you ask me, is he the best talent that's ever come into the NBA all around? I may say yes to that. I mean, it may be him or Wilt, in my opinion, but I'll give you that. But to say that he is the best basketball player all the time, part of being a great basketball player is learning how to win. And he's won, but he hasn't had the success rate that the other elites have. So that's why I put him there.
Okay, but see, my rebuttal with that would be, okay, Kobe has 5 rings, right?
Yep.
Okay, but so the difference is basically 1 ring if we're talking about championships.
No, you're looking at it from the wrong perspective. The difference is 4 losses to 2. 6 losses to 2. I'm sorry, 4 in losses. That's what I meant by the 4. He's got 6. Kobe has 2. You want to give him credit for making it. You want to give him credit. Oh, but he made more than Kobe made. And
but I'm saying if we're just talking about the championships that they have, 1 has 5, 1 has 4.
Okay,
that's not that big of a difference. So I don't want it to look like, okay, 4 championships is something to sneeze at, because
hey, bro, he's top 10. He's top 6 actually. He's top 6. I'm not sneezing at it. But guess what? Hold on, brother. Guess what? Guess who is in front of him? All guys that went to multiple championships, they all have won more chips than Kobe, and none of them have a losing record in the finals. That's what's important to me. See, you may have something more important. I don't know. Once you get to a certain level of elite status, me, the only thing separates you is wins.
Okay.
Champions. I know they're making a ton of money now. So it's kind of hard to say guys play to win. They don't. A lot of guys today, they just playing to get that paycheck. They comfortable where they at. Give me the money and I'm good. I don't care if I ever win. I'm a billionaire. I'm a millionaire. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But here I came up in, even with that, guys wanted to win. It mattered. There was pride attached to winning championships. Today, it's not. It's more pride of how many stats I can put up, how many records I can break. They don't care about winning now. I still do. So my list is always going to be constructed of winners. And I can't pick a guy that has lost in the championship more than he's won and say that he is the greatest that I've seen, because I've seen guys overcome and win.
Okay. Now, let me throw this one last thing at you, then I'll let you go.
Mm-hmm.
I understand your way of thinking, and we just have different ways of thinking when it comes to who's the GOAT and who's not. But I want to throw this at you. Let's say if Anthony Davis had the same career as a Tim Duncan, which one of them would you say is the best? Would you say Anthony Davis if he had like 4 or 5 chips? Or would you say Tim Duncan? Who's the better player out of them two?
I really don't like doing hypotheticals, bro. I mean, I would say Anthony Davis is more skilled, but Duncan was a better player because he got it done more so far. But Anthony Davis, hold on. Anthony Davis is what, 29? So yeah. I don't know yet. I don't like the hypotheticals. That I don't really like that because I can't project how. See, context still matters. If Anthony Davis is hurt and he's just a second, third, or fourth fiddle, not dominating like Duncan was, I may not have the same respect for Anthony Davis's, you know what I'm saying, career as I did for Duncan's. Duncan was the best power forward I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of them going back to the 70s to now. He was and he won 5 times. I know it took him 15 years, but he won 5 times. And he won more than he lost. I mean, I don't even remember. How many did he lose? 2? How many did he lose? 2? Is he like Kobe 5?
Yeah, I think he lost 2 of them, I believe, 5 and 2.
So I respect that. So I can't do the hypothetical. I mean, I can hypothetical anybody's career. We can hypothetical LeBron's career. At the end of the day, we got 20 years of history on LeBron.
Right.
And in 20 years of history, he made it to 10 finals. He only won 4. And he lost 6 of them. And some of them were epic losses, sweeps, stuff like that, where he didn't even score 20 points a game. You know what I mean? Some really bad performances in the finals. When I go to MJ, do I have horrible performances? I don't have that. I really don't. I mean, Kobe got some bad, but not that bad.
Right.
His performances was that. He never was swept in the finals. He never looked that bad in a final. Like, bro, again, it's subjective. You will put certain things higher than me. To me, winning matters, bro. Winning matters. Especially when you get to the elite of the elite.
But see, that's what I'm saying. If they're the elite of the elite, you're basing it off of, okay, this guy got this many losses in the finals. But I'm looking at it like once they get to the elite of the elite, LeBron's skill set is better than those other guys that you have in your top 5.
I don't agree with that.
It is.
I don't agree with that. That's your. So what you're saying is once we get to the elite, let's just look at who we think is the most skilled and then give it to him. Well, if you want him to be the best player, he's the most skilled, you go ahead.
He is, because you just said that he was the best all-around player out of all of them.
I said, if you ask me that, I could say him or Wilt.
But who's really the best all-around player out of him and Kobe? Him and Kobe.
Kobe right there, bro. I mean, LeBron does what better than Kobe?
We know LeBron is a floor general.
Okay.
Right? That's number 1.
Who's a better shooter?
I mean, you can say Kobe's a better shooter.
Who's a better scorer?
See, that can go either way, though. That can go either way.
Okay.
Because LeBron's elite at scoring too.
Who's a better defender?
Kobe's got more all defensive teams, but I don't necessarily.
I didn't ask you about his accolades. I said who's a better defender. See, in your eyes, you think LeBron James is a better defender. I think LeBron James has been a part-time defender for a lot of his career. Name me a time where Kobe was a part-time defender. Even after he got hurt, people's cooking him. He still was giving the effort. See, your opinion is just that. But that's what you want to use to value LeBron as the best. And I don't got a problem with that. What I value, once you get to the elite of the elites, is what you play the game for, bro.
Okay.
Play it to win. I don't play it. Like Giannis just said, I gave that quote. Skill ain't everything. Skill don't make you the greatest. You got to have passion. You got to have drive. And I'm not saying LeBron don't have that. It ain't on the same level of MJ. It ain't on the same level as Kobe. And he don't win like those guys do. Get to the finals and win. That's what impresses Elder Rufus. I'm not impressed that you may have the best skill set. Who's got greater skills? Him or Tracy McGrady? I can name different players that people would say skill levels on the same levels of LeBron or greater. I can.
Yeah, but they don't win. They're not winning like LeBron does at the same time.
Either.
It's a totality. It's a totality.
He's not winning like those guys. Even with his greater skill set, he ain't winning like them. He ain't winning like Jordan. He ain't winning like Kobe.
Okay, so look, LeBron has 4 Finals MVPs. Kobe has how many?
2.
I can say a lot of different things too that'll put Bron in the favor.
That's the stuff that you value. I can name you a guy that won the final MVP and he didn't even win the finals. Now what? What difference do it make? It's a subjective award. I'm not going off a subjective award. See, you know what? When that buzzer sounds and 000s on that clock and your team has more points than the other, that ain't subjective. That's a fact. I go with the facts. It's subjective on who you thought. Did not Curry just win the MVP this last finals? Right?
Right.
I guarantee you I can find people in this chat room that thought Wiggins deserved it, though. It's subjective. It ain't subjective when the clocks go all zero, though, and the score is up there on that board. That ain't subjective.
You know something else that's not subjective?
What?
LeBron winning the assist title at 37 years old or 36 years old. That's not subjective.
Hey, you know what? Great year, and he won the chip that year. Great year.
Right. Another thing that's not subjective is him winning.
But you know what? I don't say this, but the people that don't like LeBron, guess what they say about that?
What?
He got a 4-month break. It was the bubble. There's a lot of people don't even count the bubble season.
LeBron was destroying before the bubble. Lakers was number 1. They were number 1 that season.
Brother, I'm a Laker fan. You tell him. I already know this. I'm telling you what the LeBron dejectors will say. Because their teams didn't win the bubble. Oh, the bubble was rigged for the Lakers. I hear all this stuff, bro, because I'm a Laker fan. I'm just saying it's still subjective. They say there's no way that AD.
That's not subjective, though.
Bro. This is what they say. I'm telling you what people say. There's no way that AD would have made it through that season. There's no way that LeBron would have been able to hold up playing point guard for a full season. If he didn't get a 4-month break, it wouldn't have happened. It's subjective. That's their opinions. That's what they think. And guess what? We don't know because we didn't have to play the full season out. They did get a 4-month break. I can't lie about that. I still count every title because to me, if you're going to discount the bubble, how come you're not discounting the shortened year when Duncan won his first and they only played 57 games?
Exactly.
But again, that part's subjective. When you put the score at the end of that game, when it's 000s, that ain't subjective. And when you get to the finals, I expect the greats to win, especially more than they lose. That's me, though. It's clear you don't care as much about winning as I do. But
I just think it's a totality thing. That's all. But yeah, I got you, though. I got you. We're good. We're good.
No doubt.
I appreciate y'all for letting me up, man. I appreciate that.
Thanks for coming up, Mac. You have a good day, brother.
All right, you too.
All right, we got Perry on coming up. Perry on, cut your cam on, bro. Here we go. Oh, you're muted, bro.
What's good, everybody, man? Good afternoon. Good Monday morning, Monday afternoon now. What's going on, Elder? How y'all doing? What's going on, JD? What's up, man? What's up?
Good, bro. How are you?
Pretty good, man. I just want to tap in with you guys, man. My main question for Elder, man, I know you an avid LA Laker fan. Mm-hmm. I'm a Knicks fan. I grew up a Knicks fan, so
hey, man, my condolences, bro.
I've been always fucked up, bro. Don't even remind me, bro. Don't even fucking remind me. You know what I mean? I've always been goddamn pissed off. You feel me? my thing is my main question is this, Elder, and I kind of wrote my shit down. Let me see. Now, because Kobe, because I know you're a big Kobe fan, right? And I'm a big Kobe fan too. Initially, I really didn't like Kobe coming out. I thought he was arrogant. I thought he was hot-headed. But as he got more matured into his career, I gravitated towards him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I can't, you know, he like Tom Brady to me. I don't fuck with Tom Brady, but I know he, you know, he's a good player. You know what I mean? So my thing is this: because Kobe mimicked his game so much after Mike, you know what I mean? So much after Jordan. Because I think Kobe top 10 personally, like he top 10, you know what I mean?
No
But
problem.
because he mimicked his shit so much after Jordan, do you think that's the reason why he gets so much hate? Kobe gets so much hate because people are like, yo, Kobe game is not original. Like, to me, like, nigga, this ain't no fucking music. This ain't hip hop. You know what I mean? You put the ball in the hoop. I don't give a fuck how original. You know what I mean? He put the ball in the hoop. So, do you think him being like mimicking Jordan that much contribute him to really being disrespected to this level?
It's a combination of things. I won't squarely put it on that mimicking thing because, again, there was Jordan before Jordan. Jordan got his game from somebody. If you ask him, he watched Dr. J.
Dr. J,
ask
right.
him, he said that. So he took a lot from Dr. J. Kobe took a lot from a lot of different guys, not just MJ. It just culminated to look like MJ, which is fine. I mean, what's wrong with emulating the great? LeBron James wears
23
Jordan's number, don't he?
Yeah,
we ain't added that. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But I think the combination of Kobe coming in young, doing something that no one had ever done. People say, well, people came out of high school, not a guard. Kobe was the first guard to ever come out of high school. They let big men do it. Big men did it. Guards didn't do it.
Yeah, Moses Malone was the first to do it, and you had KG in '95.
Yeah.
But as far as a guard, yeah, he was
Kobe
the first one to come out.
So
yeah,
when Kobe did that, then the arrogance, I'll give him that. He was definitely that. So people didn't like that. He was very confident, arrogant, all that, whatever. Then the riff with Shaq. Then the main thing was that Colorado situation. That Colorado situation soured a lot of folk on Kobe Bryant, and they never saw him any different from that. Even though, as a man, you can see from 8 to 24, Kobe really, truly grew. Even his teammates had to admit that he's a different guy now, more towards the end of his career than he was at the beginning. He matured. You see what I'm saying? But I think the combination of all those things, him and the Shaq riff, because people love Shaq. Everybody like a clown. Everybody like, you know, a guy that's out there. No, I mean like, you know, not a clown, but like a jokester, I should say. Not a clown. I didn't mean it that way. I meant like a jokester, because Shaq always joking and stuff. He's the life of the party. Everybody liked guys like that. Fun, lovable dudes. Shaq was the big teddy bear. Everybody loved it. They didn't like Kobe because he was pompous, arrogant, confident. They ain't like that. So the Shaq riff, the Colorado thing, his arrogance and pompousness, then him going out doing what others couldn't. When they said you can't win without Shaq, he went and did it. And he didn't have an all-star latent team. He didn't have a team full of Hall of Famers. And he went out and did it. And he slayed. And when he did it, he also slayed super teams that was put together to beat him and to beat LeBron. At the end of the day, bro, people just hate on Kobe because of his life and the things that he went through. I think a lot of people start respecting Kobe. But then when the GOAT situation shifted to LeBron being in the GOAT conversation, then what you see is a lot of people that like LeBron, they're going to crap on anybody that's considered great. It don't have to just be Kobe. They're going to crap on Kareem. They're going to crap on MJ. He played all this stuff. They're going to crap on all of that just to lift up LeBron. And again, it's a narrative that's being permeated through this. I call this generation the casuals because they really not deep basketball fans to me. They study stats and sheets, but they don't really know the game of basketball, to me. That's my personal opinion. So that's what I think is the combination of why you're hearing so much Kobe slander, and they don't like Kobe to be praised because they think that puts him in the category of LeBron. Now, here's my thing. I'm a Kobe fan. Magic my favorite all time. I'm a Kobe fan because I'm a Laker fan, right? I never heard Kobe in the GOAT conversation. I've never put him in there. I've never once had a conversation with anyone trying to justify or hear them justify why Kobe is the GOAT. I've never heard anyone have that conversation. Now, you hear some of these LeBron James lovers, they'll tell you they've had many conversations with Kobe being the GOAT. I've never been a part of one. I've never heard anyone say Kobe was the GOAT. I've never said Kobe was the GOAT. I have him 2 on my list, but never heard him say the GOAT. But they constantly come at Kobe and compare him to LeBron. And they look at the stats and all that kind of stuff. But the one stat to me that trumps, that's me though. It's 5-2 and 4-6. That trumps.
Well, just like what the the caller before that came up here, he was saying that he really don't count LeBron's losses and think he rather put he made it that way more than his actual losses. And me, I'm like, if you look at anything as far as a record, what they count, we can have the same record, but who got more losses? If you got more losses than me, then you a step below me. You know what I'm saying? So it's a thing where I think now, man, the younger generation of ball, people that look at basketball, they are conditioned to congratulate, you know what I mean, these players when they get to that finals. And really, I mean, in my opinion, shit, nigga, did we congratulate the fucking Buffalo Bills and shit? You know what I mean? Them niggas made it to the goddamn Super Bowl, 3 or 4 times?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, nigga, I was a kid. I was like 8, 9 years old. I remember Buffalo Bills coming on every, like, damn, that, the Cowboys killing them. Like, so it's like, we never congratulated motherfuckers that just went, that just made it. You know what I mean? You always had to win. So, I think that now, man, this shit is so backwards thinking on how people is really looking at it. And then you got commentators like a Shannon Sharp, you know what I mean? Even like a Skip Bayless, man, where you hear people's opinions, like you hear people's, my favorite player is so-and-so. So I was coming up and, watching Sports Center, late 90s, early 2000s. I never knew Stuart Scott's favorite player. I ain't never knew. They just called it. Right?
Hey,
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
You're right. LCL, let me say this. I believe it's happened too. Is these narratives that the young folk put out today, they really have started to tank the minds and ideas of people. Because they're literally starting to put out situations now where us as old heads, they accuse us of holding on to nostalgia. Accuse us of what we watched wasn't what we watched. Like, we watched John Stockton be a great point guard, right? We watched it for 20 years, 19 years. No, we didn't. We watched a guy that made basic bounce passes, and he had his game was very limited. And he is not as great as you say he is. Now, we watched the man's career, and we've watched other basketball players' career. You never saw the man play. But I'm supposed to trust your judgment from a guy that was retired before you was even born. I'm going to trust your judgment because you went back and looked at some stats, and you've watched a few series. But you can judge the older crowd, and that's the problem that we're having because the majority of them, all of them will have LeBron James as their GOAT, which I have no problem. He's probably the best thing they've ever seen. They didn't see Kobe unless they saw the last couple of years of his career when he was a shot jacker, still out there with passion. You see what I'm saying? Right. He just was passionately playing, shooting 38%. That ain't Kobe. We all know that ain't the real Kobe. You never saw Jordan. You never saw none of these greats. But you come to the table and feel like you can give an educated take just because you can put 2 and 3 and $15 words together to make people think you educated on something. You're not. And what they do is they want to diminish all the old greats to make their guys look better. And see, this is the thing. In our generation, and never that way. I had this conversation. I said, I remember talking with my cousins. I said uncles, but it's really my cousins. And we used to talk about Kareem at one point was considered the GOAT, right? Once Jordan came, they're all like, hey, that guy flying through the air in Chicago, oh, he's the best we've ever seen. He's the GOAT. He's the best. He's the best. But I never once heard them knock Kareem. They never put Kareem down. Hey, he still was great. This guy just better than him. That's it. Right. This generation is different, though, because they're casuals. They're casuals. They're tied to, I see more comments about Y2K or whatever the video game was called. I might have said it wrong, but whatever the video game. So
close enough, Elder. Close enough.
I don't play video games, but they'll talk about the video games more than they'll talk about the actual games. And they think just because they can go back and watch a few series, they can get a judgment on what a guy did in 19 years. How many games did he play? He played 1,500 games. Oh, they didn't have TV like that back then. You barely got to watch it. Man, I watch Utah all the time. First off, they was playing my Lakers. First off, they was in the playoffs every freaking year. I saw them boys play 20 to 25 times a year.
Yeah.
But you thought we was just cranking up TVs back then, bro? They had colors. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had cable. We had cable. Man, it's really and this is the narrative that a lot of young people push, and it's always an attack on the greats. And what they don't understand is without these guys, you don't have what you have today. All the guys you got inspiration from all these dudes. They stole from these dudes. They didn't get out there on the court and just start making up stuff.
Right.
They saw someone else do something, and then they went and perfected it and took it to the next level, which is what you should do. But we don't have to crap on the old people, the older players that set and paved the way. And because we're looking at new, of course, when I look at someone in the 50s, they're not going to look as agile and quick and slick as someone in the 70s. And somebody in the 70s is not going to look like a guy in the 2000s. And a guy that played in the 2000s is not going to look like a guy in the 2020s. Equipment, everything evolves. But what y'all want to do is drop a guy from 2023 and put him back in the 50s and think that he going to play the same way he plays now. No. He going to have the disadvantages that they had in the 50s. And he going to be playing in Chuck freaking Taylors.
Yeah, they don't even understand that, bro.
I'd love to see some of you go put your Chucks on because you got them. Go play ball in them.
Bro, it's like socks with shoestrings.
Oh, it was different. No, it wasn't.
Man.
It was that same shoe you wearing now that you wear as a casual outfit shoe. Go out there and hoop in that thing. Go up and touch the top of the backboard since you got all them hops in them Chuck Taylors. Tell me how your feet feel when you come down.
Yeah.
Bro, it's just what bothers me with these new age younger folk today is the disrespect. You can honor, you can respect the people that are playing today. I say LeBron James is the greatest of his era. He is, in my opinion. I think Steph is right there. I think KD's right there. But LeBron is greater than those guys. To me, in his era, though. And I don't have to bash Kobe and all the people that came before him. I don't have to bash them just because I think LeBron is great in his era. It's just sad, bro. And they start to make up the. I've never heard this before until LeBron James, bro. I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming the people that like him. The casual that like him, they come up with the most craziest narratives. I have heard more stats, more statistics. I mean, hey, I hear stuff. Well, he's the first guy on December 24th to do a backflip in the middle of the game and throw the ball from the. I'm like, what?
Yeah, wow, shit.
And it's like what they want to do is overload the system with stats and accolades.
Yeah.
So it makes him look greater than the guys that actually went out on the court and won. And again, this generation is so much money. I said it earlier. They don't care about winning. They don't. Winning is not high on these people's list. They want to be entertained. They want to be. They want the show to go forward. They want stats that they can talk about. They want fancy passes. I mean, bro, literally, we got a guy that's got more assists than anybody ever in the game. No one's close. No one. That's a record people think never gonna be broken. But then they'll come and say some guy that's been playing the league 6 years is a better passer than him. He ain't won nothing. He ain't been in no finals. He ain't done nothing but win a couple individual awards. It's disrespectful. And that's the part that I have with the young folk, that there's no respect. And this is the thing. It's going to hurt them because they're the ones sowing the seed in this generation that's 7 and 8 years old, coming up watching like we were. So when they get older, guess what? They ain't going to have the respect for LeBron. They ain't going to have the respect for KD because they're going to call out all this stuff we see. Man, them boogers stuck to that. Man, them boogers ran from championship. Man, they stayed hurt. How they only play 42 games in a year? They ain't going to have respect for them, bro. And they're going to be doing the same crap y'all doing to the MJs and the Kobe's and Kareems. They're going to do the same. Y'all started this, though. My generation didn't start it. These conversations never happened. I'm asking anybody over 40. Tell me when you had conversations like this before LeBron James. Tell me. Never had these kind of conversations.
Yeah, I'm 38, so I can't. I'm born in '84. I'm just same age as LeBron, so you know what I mean. So I'm thinking like we've never had a conversation which we just basically used our favoritism. My favorite player was Allen Houston, but I'm not gonna say Allen Houston's like better. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be real. Like even if I want him to be that, you have to call it down the middle. So I just think now, man, you got the social media, you know what I mean? You got just the people in their own personal feelings. And they just, he's a likable character. Like, LeBron, my favorite player. Coming in 03, I had his pro cut, official jersey. You know what I mean? So LeBron was my absolute favorite player coming in the league. One thing that kind of tore me off with him is just the Miami trade. You know what I mean? Because I'm just not used to players doing that. Growing up, we just used to players just sticking it out, you know what I mean? Just like leading the team. I'm not used to of a player saying, that, yo, I'm the GOAT, but yo, I need help and I need to team up. And even though that, look, he was at the end of his contract, I completely understand that. He has his own right, he's at the end, he can, go wherever you want to go. But nevertheless, it's as far as competitive wise, it sucks, man. It's trash. It's like I don't even want to watch it. You know what I mean? I don't even want to watch it, bro. It's just like, and I played basketball growing up. It's just the competitive aspect for me is gone. It's just completely gone. So my next question, I'm gonna get up out here, let somebody else come up in here. What do you think as far as the future, my man? Like, what do you think as far as the future? Do you see any of this changing? I know it's a kid coming out of France. I forget his name. Nice.
Victor Wembanyama.
Yes.
Wembanyama.
What do you think about his impact? You think he's going to be like have a big major impact on the game? And do you think that after, because to me, LeBron really got no more than maybe 3 years left, like 3 solid years, really probably not even that. You know what I mean? But we have to kind of move on from him. But I'm thinking that how's it going now, because how the media is and how everything is going, LeBron is probably going to take up a lot of the media's time, effort, energy for the next 6 to 7 years. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking that because of that, that's going to hinder a lot of these new guys, these young guys coming in. And really, we need to be developing these guys, you know what I'm saying, getting their confidence up. Even like the John Morants, you know what I'm saying, these young guys, like, it's a lot of great players, but they don't really get talked about because of this constant thing. So my question is, and for the future of the NBA from 2023 to going on to 2030, you know what I mean? What do you see from your perspective as far as how this thing is going to evolve?
I think it becomes strictly business and entertainment. I really do. The aspect of the fans, because us old heads, we're going to die out. We're going to stop watching and we're going to go away and not watch. And the new age, they don't really care about winning. So you don't have to worry about that. Teams will understand that if I can put the high-flying guys that they like, that make the threes and dunk all this, this is what will attract people to come watch and support financially. And the money's going to be so big for the players. Like right now, you can't even get players that like our generation. It was great seeing Dr. J and Dominique Wilkins, and Jordan go against each other in dunk contests. We'll never see that again. These guys make way too much money to even consider getting into a dunk contest. You see what I'm saying? We can't see the Jaws and the Zions and all them guys. We ain't gonna see it. They make too much money. So this thing to me is gonna turn totally into business. You'll have a championship, but I don't think that's gonna matter. If the players that they like aren't in it, they're not gonna support it. And it's gonna be very interesting because there's a different dynamic with LeBron James. There's a very different dynamic. And I haven't seen any other player get latched on like that. I don't think Wembanyama is that dude. He's going to be good. He's going to be okay. Possibly great. I don't see him being on the level of LeBron and all those guys. So I don't. I see him being a good player. I've never been a big fan of those super tall dudes because they typically are going to have some ankle, knee, back stuff because of that. I just don't see him being a 20-year great. I don't. Hopefully he is. I do. I hope he is, but I don't. So I don't see him taking over. And I haven't seen that guy. Not a Luka, not a Giannis, not a Jason Tatum. None of those guys have the fan base and the clamp on like LeBron. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when LeBron's gone and all those LeBron casuals are gone. Because I'm going to tell you now, I don't think they'll be interested in the game. I really don't. I think they're going to try. But because they're not going to see nothing like LeBron, I don't see them sticking around. So I think it'll go more because you got gambling involved in it now. You're going to move a team probably to Vegas by then. I really believe it's going to be more entertainment and financial centric more than winning. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe is going to happen. That's what I believe going to happen.
Yo, Perry, I appreciate you tapping in, bro.
No doubt, bro. Appreciate you, man.
No doubt, sir. Man. Take it easy. We got a couple super chats, and then we got a couple more people to pull up, and then we'll cut up out of here. Young Cactus Jack, best overall decade/era of basketball to you? I could answer that.
2000s.
2000s.
Yeah.
Easily.
No. Hey, shalom, Leroy. Shalom, my brother.
Assists. If the Lakers overachieve and make the finals and lose, are you going to hold that against Braun too, just like 07 and 18?
Any loss, it don't have to be Braun. Anybody that loses in the final, I will hold that against them. Anybody. Don't have to just be Braun. Anybody that loses in the finals. That counts, is what I'm saying. If you lose, it counts. If you win, it counts. If I'm gonna give you credit for winning, I gotta give you credit for losing.
Z-Dub, does this era reward losing? Something I want to debate. Also want to talk about the Hoff argument.
Yeah, I think it does because we giving contracts. See, back then, you had to be the upper echelon of guys, and they expected you to represent the NBA back then to make that money. Everybody else, you didn't have middle-level guys making life-changing money. I mean, they all were rich, don't get me wrong, but it was given just enough to make them fight to get to that next level. Your superstars, they got it, but they also had to represent the league. They also had to come out, put on the show, be here for every game. Go back and look. They really represented the game well, and that's what elevated the game. The Magics, the Birds, the MJs and Kobe's, and all them guys didn't miss games, y'all. They didn't miss games. And those guys were all winners. So you could easily justify paying them. So like LeBron, because he's won 4, you can justify it. A guy like Steph, you can justify it. These guys are Kawhi, these guys are KD, all the guys that have won, you can justify that. I don't like when I see a guy that ain't done nothing in this league and he's making 40. Like I'm gonna be honest. Back then, you wouldn't have had a guy like Bradley Beal make this kind of money. He would not have been one of the highest paid players in the league. He just wouldn't have. Being on a mediocre team pretty much his whole life, not winning. I mean, they would have gave him, he probably would have been their highest paid player, but he would not have been in the same stratosphere as a Jordan and all them other dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? It's you gotta earn it, bro. You gotta at least get to, like, guys like Patrick Ewing made that kind of money. Why though? They at least got to the playoffs and went deep. They went to the championship. You see what I'm saying? Those guys were on the cusp. I just never remember seeing guys that were just never even in the contention, just being the highest paid players in the game and all that kind of stuff. So it's crazy. Yeah, I think they do reward these dudes for losing because they want to entertain them. That's what they want to do.
Dev, welcome to Ask Elder, brother.
What's up, Dev?
You got your mic muted.
Oh, what's up? What's up? How you doing, JD? How you doing, Elder?
Good,
big fans of you guys. Okay, so I want to address the I have got a couple questions for. So when award losing, I don't think this generation really awards losing because people kind of hold the finals against Tatum. Like you said, he played bad, played terribly, and I don't think it. And I hear where you're coming from. I do hear where you're coming from, and it makes sense. But I don't think they were losing because they do hold. Even LeBron fans current my age, I'm 20 years old. They hold his losses against him in a Jordan LeBron argument, even in the Kobe argument. So I do see in my generation where people hold the losing accountable. And the money thing, I think it's just a fluctuation of more money in the league now today. They just have a lot more money to get, to give out.
Mm-hmm.
So like for example, Pimpin getting, if you watch The Last Dance, him getting only $18 million for 7 years, that was a fleece. They did him dirty. If he was playing today, he would at least got I'm gonna say 50 million. Jordan would have got 300 million.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
So back then, yeah, I agree.
So yeah, so I feel like, so I do agree with you with the media outlet and fan bases. I feel like the league's in a good spot because I feel like Luka, Giannis, and Jokic, and Embiid and Tatum will be the 5 best players for this next decade. Do you agree with that, or do you think someone else is coming?
They're definitely some of the best players in the game today. I was referring more to them holding the torch the same way LeBron did.
Okay.
The interest, and I don't think they will. Now, let me ask you something. You say you're 20, right, Dev?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who do you have as a GOAT?
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. It's like 1A, 1B. For me, it's LeBron because I watched him.
I thought you hold him accountable for losing.
I do, but I can't really. I haven't fully watched Jordan.
No, but bro, I know you did. I know I'm messing with you because I just wanted to prove a point. This is how we look at y'all. Don't hold them accountable. We don't believe y'all hold them accountable because if you did, you wouldn't have a guy that's got 6 losses as your GOAT. I know that's all you've seen. I know that's all you've seen based with your eyes, but I couldn't hold. I'm not holding a man accountable for losing if I got him as a GOAT and he got 6 losses out of 10. He's lost more than he's won. I just want to put that out there. Go ahead.
Dev, LeBron's my GOAT too. I'm 31, bro. You're good.
Yeah. Okay. But I just want to hear my top 10 list and see if you agree with it.
Let's hear it. LeBron is 1. We know that. Who's 2?
No, actually, I have Jordan. I actually do have Jordan at
You
1.
gonna flopping on me now? Okay.
No, I really. No, I do have Jordan at 1. I do have Jordan at 1.
You did. Hold up.
Jordan.
You did say 1A, 1B. You did say that. You did.
Yeah. Because I feel like I don't know why I could be delusional. I feel like LeBron will win another championship. That's why I have a 1.
I got you. So MJ,
Right.
LeBron, who's
MJ, LeBron, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I know people think I'm crazy, but having Kareem at 3, but it's easily him at 3.
All
And
right.
number 4, I did have Magic, but I rethought it. I said no, Kobe's a better Laker than him.
Okay.
Shaq's a better Laker. And number 4, after rethinking it, I put Tim Duncan at 4.
Okay.
Number 5, I put Shaq. Number 6, Kobe. Number 7, Magic. Number 8, Hakeem. Number 9, Bird. Number 10, Bill Russell.
I got no issues with your list, brother.
So
I like all the 10. I like all the 10 guys you have in your list. So I think it's only one that I don't have, and that's your 10th guy. I don't have him in my top 10. So my order, of course, is totally different, but I have no issue with that.
The reason why I got Bill, because I feel like in his era, he was the greatest, by far the greatest player in his era and defensive player, arguably all time in 11 rings.
What happened to Will?
Well, because I feel like Bill Russell, like you said, the winning, and 2, I feel like Bill Russell's offensive game wasn't as bad as people said it was, and his defense.
Hey, brother, for his career, he shot 43% from the field. For his career. 43%. Now you'll cook Kobe for shooting 45%. Almost.
Now, I wouldn't cook. No, I don't cook Kobe. See, that's the argument. Kobe.
You don't cook.
No, the whole inefficiency about Kobe is kind of a myth. And if you look at a degree of difficulty, it's because people don't take the volume of shots. Because Kobe took a volume of difficult shots and this, that.
Context now. I get
it's context.
Stupid shots.
Yeah, it's a lot of context. Kind of like 3-point shooting. Someone has a higher 3-point shooting than Stephen Curry, but we all know Curry's the greatest shooter of all time because the shots he takes, the difficulty, the degree. So it's like context of everything. But my question is to you.
Hey, Jay. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, my question is just a personal question to you. What got you into basketball, and who are your 5 favorite players of all time? And you can answer too, JD.
What did he say now? The first part?
What got you into basketball, and what's your 5 greatest players of all time?
Magic got me into
favorite players. Excuse me.
Magic got me into basketball, and my 5 favorite players of all time, not best. This is my 5 favorite. Yeah,
I got
that's the 5 best. My 5 favorite would be, because I'm a Laker fan, so you finna get all Lakers. You understand that, right? Yeah, I would get, of course, Magic, Kobe, Derek Fisher. I know y'all like, what? Yeah, I love D Fish. Kobe don't win without D Fish. I'll get some non-Lakers in here, okay? Another guy I really liked was Dominique Wilkins. I really like Dominique. And let's just say George Gervin.
Okay, man. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm a Thunder fan, and KD got.
We're gonna have to boot you. We're gonna have to boot you. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. I'm playing.
Yeah, I'm a Thunder fan, but my favorite, KD, Westbrook. KD, Westbrook. I really like watching. What's the name? I like watching Blake Griffin play. Blake Griffin was one of my favorite players because of athleticism. Chris Paul, LeBron, and Kobe. Those are my favorite players.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice, Dev. Well, I appreciate you tapping in with us, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hey, JD.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
JD, my final question is to you. What player would you love for the Mavericks to trade for or to pair with Luka? Because right now, where he's looking, Luka can get you the conference finals, but I feel like that team, when it's constructed, they need another player to kind of elevate it because the West is stacked and because in my opinion,
Jokic. Give me Jokic.
That's crazy.
I honestly haven't thought about it too much, like exactly who, so I don't have a good answer for you. But I got to pull somebody else in, Dev. We appreciate you, bro. Sir. You enjoy the rest of your Monday, man.
You too. Thank you. You have a good day, Elder.
Hey, you too, my brother. There's some cat in here saying we ducking the smoke. Well, lick LIC, lick it, LV. If he in there, pull his ass up.
I don't think he is. I don't see anyone that's named that at least.
Crap, huh? Ain't even in the thing.
Brock, Brock, you're good now. What's up, Brock?
Hey, what's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I appreciate y'all taking me in. This is like very big for me. I've been watching y'all since, I would say, a little bit of last year on TikTok, and I've been watching y'all ever since, every single day.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
I have two things. So the first thing is I definitely want to touch up on when you discuss about the Lakers ceiling this year as far as a potential chance of winning the championship. I agree with a little bit of what you said, but the only thing I kind of don't agree with is the strong points with the Lakers, with what their strengths are on the basketball court involving Russell Westbrook and what he brings to the table. I don't think that that's enough to win a championship with the team.
Uh-oh.
I'll address that bit because he probably driving and went into a bad area.
Yeah,
he said that he don't feel like having Russ essentially is enough
Can
to
you
help
see
him.
me?
We can't see you. We can hear you.
It's a little choppy, Brock. Go ahead and answer. I'm gonna mute his mic for a second so he can.
I get that concern. I do. I get that concern, and that's why if you listen to me close, I spoke about how the coaching has to minimize the things that Westbrook does bad that will hurt the Lakers. And again, I told people the Lakers showed you the blueprint back in the bubble how to beat any Westbrook team. You just let him shoot, And I don't think teams have confidence in LeBron jumper. I don't think they have confidence in Westbrook's jumper. So I think they would pack the paint. This is why you do have to have others. And then if that's the case, now you can bring Westbrook out and use one of them other guards you have to keep that flowing the way it should. So I got concerns still. But if you ask me the ceiling, I think that is something coaching could overcome. You just have to limit his minutes and limit when you put him out there and when you take him out, especially if that roster's balanced and you got wings. Because my biggest thing is going to be defending the good wings. You got to have guys that can do it. You got to have guys that can help. If you're limited in that area, you will eventually get wore down in a series. So that's why I want more wings. You need them to help you guard these dudes for full series. Old boy did a good job on Tatum last year in the finals. He didn't do it by himself, though, y'all. He did not do that by himself. So, yeah, I got the same concerns with Russell Westbrook, but he does bring a lot of good stuff to the table. He's going to penetrate. He's going to get to the basket. He's going to dice up in and get a lot of assists, get guys open shots. He's going to rebound well. You just have to minimize his mistakes and take the ball out of his hands in critical situations. Let him be an offensive rebounder in those situations. That's what I say about that.
Brock, I think we got you back if you can hear us. What was your last question? It's probably
okay.
There we go.
Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I do agree with what you just said. Would it be crazy to say they probably need to reopen their roster and see if they could possibly bring in the same pieces that they had when they won a championship against Miami, like when they had KCP, Avery Bradley, Deion Waiters. Even though Deion Waiters, he didn't play, but he was part of the roster. Players like that were playoff type of players that can knock down big shots and play on the defensive end. Would that be crazy to bring that a part of their roster again?
No, it would not be crazy, but I think realistically, out of all those guys that were on those teams, about the only ones I could see the Lakers having a chance at bringing back would be Kyle Kuzma and maybe JaVale McGee. Boy is out the league now. Two of them guys are out the league. They're not even playing anymore. KCP is locked up over there in Denver, so I don't see that taking place. But boy's locked up there in Chicago, Caruso, so I don't see that taking place. Danny Green is about done. He's sitting on the bench now because he had he had a season-ending injury, I believe, and at his age, his career could be over, so I wouldn't want to bring him back. So to me, realistically, the only two guys you can potentially bring back with that cap space you'll have in the summer would be Kuzma and maybe JaVale McGee, because I'm not sure if he's happy with his role in Dallas. I'm not sure. But other than that, I don't think any of those other guys will be realistic. But, yes, that matters. And people discounted that when the Lakers won. They had a lot of guys that were playoff and championship tested. I think that team had 7 guys on that team that had won an NBA championship. So literally half your team had already done it before. That makes a huge difference.
I don't know if we lost him, but we
cool.
appreciate if you could. Oh, here we go. He's back.
Was it?
It's brutal.
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah, Brock, I got to cut you out. I apologize. We appreciate you joining. That was tough.
Yeah,
Z-Dub sent a last super chat. Please let me get this off with Elder. Not looking to argue, just game perspective. I don't see Z-Dub up here. I don't know unless his name is different. But we have to get out of here. You are free to bring the smoke next week. Yeah, just make sure you join and get up in here. And I saw a couple people saying that we weren't letting you up here. All the people that came up and were in the waiting room today, we let up. We only bring up one person at a time. So if you didn't know that, now you know. You come up one at a time. You just wait there. If you leave, I can't bring you up. So we try to get to everyone as much as possible. Obviously, we can't get to everyone in an hour and a half because there's so many of you, which we appreciate. So just make sure that you're tapped in every Monday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and try and join immediately when we drop the link. That's the best advice I could give you. Elder, do you have any advice for them today?
Yeah, I do. I get people saying to me all the time that they want to talk more than about LeBron. They want to talk more than about Kobe and MJ. Okay, come up and ask questions about other stuff. It's Ask Elder. I'm open to answer any question that you got. I really am. And unfortunately for a lot of y'all, this is what people, even in the chat when we're reading, put up questions. You can send the super chats. That's going to push you to the beginning of the line. Or if you're one of the members, you're going to get up there. Ask other questions. It's not like I don't know other stuff. But y'all know that the show is purposely an hour and a half, so we got to get it all in. We only started 1 minute late today, so you can't blame us for that. At the end of the day, if y'all want more talk than just, Kobe and LeBron, and ask those questions. It's very simple. It's very simple. Ask those questions because I'm tapped into it. And I got no problem giving out lessons because a lot of y'all just need to be educated on the game. A lot of you don't have the education in the game. I had a dude last night. You should have saw it. You may want to go over my guy, Kareem, the Kareem report. You may want to go check it out last night, y'all. Some dude called me out in the chat. I let him come up, and it was 30 minutes of just sizzling roasting. But in the end, he got educated. Everybody there was like, man, thank you. You share stuff that we never heard about basketball. Again, the more you know, the more you can enjoy it. If you actually understand what you're watching, it'll be a little bit more pleasurable for you to watch.
Facts. Elder spitting. Elder, appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, sir.
Tap in with us next Monday. We'll catch you in a week. Peace out.
Salute.